I think people like Mr. Rogan prey on people's vulnerabilities. They prey on fear. They prey on anxiety. They prey on all of the...
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the head of the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Ken Williams, going on an unhinged tirade, rant, whatever you want to call it, about the podcaster, MMA announcing legend Joe Rogan. Now, this is not anything new from the left. We've seen the anti-Joe Rogan, anti-Elon Musk, anti-Donald Trump, which is what it's really about. It's not even about Joe or Elon, it's about Trump. Anyone who is in favor of Trump or is some kind of way lenient or sympathetic or nice to Trump, they are seen as the enemy from the left. Now, this right here is a classic example of projection. They are doing the exact same thing they say we do. Being intolerant, not open to other points of view, not wanting to change. That's what they do. Listen. The change that's happening right now is that the old school media, and I guess the guy speaking up for his own industry, the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, they are speaking up for their dying dinosaur old school industry that nobody cares about anymore, that nobody respects anymore, by trying to attack the new media. And also, they don't like Trump. That's what it really boils down to. All the stuff against Elon, against Joe Rogan, anyone who is in some kind of way nice or favorable or who just happens to want to hear Trump out, might be kind of neutral. Anyone like that is cast away as an enemy. And again, that's what they do. They say that we're the ones doing that on the right, but really it's them. Now, it's not just this particular company over in the land down under that feels that way. You also have The View. Remember the whole dragon believer thing? If you don't recall that, I'm gonna play that clip first. Then we're gonna get to the Australia clip, and both of these videos will be in the box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
People want us divided, and they aren't just here in this country. They're foreign adversaries who are infiltrating our social media because it is prudent for us to stay that way.
Now, imagine if you are watching The View, unironically, you just watching it to actually get real information. There was a whole lot there. Oh, the foreign power, that's the Russia stuff. It's all propaganda. It's all fear mongering. But then they say, hey, don't watch Joe Rogan because it's full of propaganda and fear mongering. You can't make it up. But let's keep on rocking.
So when you see something that really pisses you off, you should triple check that one.
Yeah. But I think that that's why people like our show, because they know that we are checked by ABC News. But
oh, is that right? So that must be a great fact checker, ABC News. Okay, you guys would never tell us a lie. Now, would you?
We're checked by everybody. Yeah, I mean, if we're wrong, we have, the legal note here. Mm-hmm.
Legal note, calling her legal note is hilarious.
The human legal
But we went from Walter Cronkite, basically, to this guy, Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons. I checked it. He believes in dragons? He believes in dragons.
Did you triple source that?
Yes, I did. And he also thinks that dragons, like dinosaur type of animals, roamed the earth when people did. So,
I mean, is it really that far off? Because what is a dragon really? I mean, a pterodactyl, that could be considered a dragon. I mean, we got the bones and everything of these animals that look like dragons. And once you go back in history, like in China specifically, over in that area, the Far East, they got dragons all over the place. It'd be a dragon right next to a regular dog or something like this in paintings. So it's not that difficult to really believe, but you're making it seem like he's just an idiot that will believe anything.
So this is the type of really, really bad information that's going out there.
Well, in defense, there are some really good news.
It's possible that Donald Trump did roam the earth when dinosaurs were here.
There are some really good news kind of influencer types, and I think it's great that...
So let's get some of those types. Who are you going to say is a good news influencer type? You guys on The View, are you guys a good news influencer type? I don't think so, but maybe they do.
They're getting information about global and current events in front of younger people who maybe don't tune into traditional media. But to Sarah's point, there has to be some fact checking and actually verification of the things that are shared, because I spend a lot of time on Instagram Reels and I'm served up things that I get outraged about. And then I realize, oh, that's not even true, but I have the sense to go and look it up. But what I do worry about.
And let's pause here. The fact checking that happens with The View is us. We're the media. Without us, the internet people, they would just be able to say whatever they want. And the people, the powers that be, would never challenge it. The only reason why you have Miss Legal Note here is because we, the people, keep challenging them. And they're forced to issue retractions and disclaimers and things of that nature. Without us, they would just be unchecked. Now, that's that. You get the general idea of what's happening here. Let's get to this guy, Kim Williams, from, again, this is the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. And from what I read, this is the Australian equivalent of the BBC, CNN, far left news network. Check it out.
I have a question about Joe Rogan, and you've sort of touched on elements of this in the US. He's obviously the world's most popular podcast host. He has 3 billion listeners. He's sort of managed to successfully capture that bro market in America.
3 billion listeners is crazy. That is nearly half of the globe. That's at least 35 to 40% of the planet. She didn't say views. She said listeners, human beings that listen to Joe Rogan. So you're talking about multiple languages, multiple countries, multiple cultures, races, genders, LGBT, everybody. It's a global thing. They, the old school media, can't stop it. So what else can you do other than try to hate on it?
And his influence is such that in the wake of the US election, the Democrats have said that one of Kamala Harris's mistakes was that she didn't appear on his program. So I'm just wondering if you had any observations about what's behind the Joe Rogan effect, how you believe he's managed to so successfully capture this huge market. And then for us here in Australia, how would or should the ABC be going about capturing that kind of audience? So
you get the question, it's like, okay, how does Joe Rogan have so many people that follow him, listen to him, that take him seriously? And how can we duplicate that? That, like I said, that's the whole thing, because they know they're dying. They know their time is coming to an end. So they're trying to figure out a way to survive. These are the last gasp of a drowning person on the Titanic. And I got a question about this earring right here. You see the dangly earring? Is that a cross? Is it upside down? Part of my ignorance, is that cross significant in any kind of way? I digress. Let's keep on going.
Look, I'm not sure that I'm the right person to respond to that question. I am not a consumer or enthusiast about Mr. Rogan and his work.
Shocking. I mean, completely shocking. I am floored. I would have figured you would be the biggest Joe Rogan fan in the world. Very shocking.
Shocking.
Right, exactly.
I am not one of the 3 billion. And I'm unlikely to be 3 billion and one anytime soon. I think people like Mr. Rogan prey on people's vulnerabilities. They prey on fear. They prey on anxiety. They prey on all of the elements that contribute to uncertainty in society.
That's what y'all do on the mainstream media. I'm not quite sure they realize they do it. I think the powers that be, the big bosses, they understand what's going on because they understand human behavior and psychology. But the normies, the workers, the employees that work at these places have no idea. They think they're doing the right thing. They think they're standing up for democracy and the freedom of speech and this and that. That's what they think. But in reality, they're the ones pushing fear, paranoia, propaganda, all these things. They're the ones that ruin society. When you go outside and you see people literally crying tears because Kamala Harris did not win, depressed, legitimately depressed because Kamala Harris did not win, ask yourself why that is. Is it because they just happen to love her policy so much and they love the Biden administration so much and they love the economy so much? No, the economy shambles. Joe Biden, 1,000 years old. Kamala, dumb as a doorknob. Okay, a few trees short of a forest, a few fries short of an entire Happy Meal. That's who Kamala Harris is. They're not depressed that this wonderful person lost, they're depressed because the media built them up so much, put so much fear, anxiety, all of that into the election. And the only way that that anxiety was going to be relieved is if she won and she lost. Now they're in complete depression. That's y'all that did that. Rogan, Elon, Alex Jones, they don't do that. I don't do that.
And they entrepreneur fantasy outcomes and conspiracy outcomes as being a normal part of social narrative. I personally find it deeply repulsive. And to think that someone has such remarkable power in the United States is something that I look at in disbelief.
You're a hater. That's what's going on. You're hating. That's what it's called. You're being a hater. You guys wish you had that kind of power. But what y'all don't understand is the tricks and games and whatnot you pull are not really going to connect to the larger masses of us. We need real people who have real conversations, not this contrived, fake actor type stuff that y'all do on the mainstream media. We're tired of it. We, the people all over this world, not just the USA, but all over this world, again, 3 billion listeners, we, the people, are tired of it.
I'm also absolutely in dismay that this can be a source of public entertainment when it's really treating the public as plunder for purposes that are really quite malevolent.
All righty, so there we go. We have, again, this is the head of the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Kim Williams. Okay, Kim Williams, and you heard what he said. Now, as I close, I want to say this. That was 100% projection. 100%. Everything that he accused Joe Rogan and those like him of doing, they do. This was an attempt to discredit him. But look, if you guys haven't noticed, the insults and the shaming and whatnot, it doesn't work. If you want me to not listen to Joe Rogan, if you want me to not vote for Donald Trump, then you should give me a good reason why. Don't just scare me and insult me. Don't just say I'm an idiot and I don't know anything and I'm being gaslit. No. Give me a good reason why you're better. Present a better product. That's all you got to do. Insulting and trying to attack another person, that's not really going to work with forward-thinking people. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on this whole situation with the mainstream media hating Joe Rogan? Oh, he's a dragon believer. And he preys on the weak and preys on the insecurities and the vulnerabilities and endemic society. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. Everything they said that Rogan does, that the right does in general, that we do, the MAGAs, everything they said we do, they do. 100%. And again, the insults, the shaming, guilt, it's not going to work. It stopped working a long time ago. We have long since advanced beyond that. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that is all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.